ask you a question. Good morning and hello. How was your Memorial Day weekend?
It was great. Low key.
Okay.
Frozen Pops was spectacular.
Excellent. Are the Red Sox familiar with the concept of advancing the runner? are they at all?
They're struggling with that. But you're going to love my league.
Struggling with it.
Yeah.
How many guys did they strand on base this weekend alone?
Yeah, they
Chime?
left a few.
Was it 1 million? What's the number?
Felt like 1 million.
What's a fair number? 10,000?
Yeah, they suck.
God, do they? I thought they were going to be so. I legit thought they had made the right moves and they were going to be so much better.
They did make the right moves.
They did.
One thing I noticed this weekend watching the games, their struggles and where their struggles are starting. And
is that your lead?
And that is my lead.
Sounds like a good lead tease.
And even my son agrees with it. And he's been
It was another great weekend for Curtis though, because he's been on the fact that Trevor Story is just like a nothing burger and has been for us, and we were so excited about him. Like he
started off hot and then he fell off. See, like 5 for 25 or something crazy.
I think Marcelo Mayer has more hits than he does in the last 2 months, and Mayer's been here for 5 days.
He looks good, that Mayer kid. He looks good.
Yeah.
I would just say this. Watching the season unravel has sort of reinvigorated my belief in good teams and what they possess, because there isn't a winning quotient to this team. Everybody is worried about how they are being perceived, how they are going to be utilized, and there's zero forethought on how they will actually maybe take a step back for the better of the organization.
Yeah.
And it's not Devers' fault. I don't know if it's anybody's fault specifically, but what an off. I mean, John, I think Chris Sununu may have been right about Cora. I want to apologize to Mego. I went after her on the weekend show a couple weeks ago saying that Missoula was not a better coach than Alex Cora, but I feel like Greg would be a better manager than Alex Cora.
I mean, you can't say nothing bad about Devers. I mean, guy's hitting the ball.
Well, I mean, he's hitting the ball. He's in that role. He's fantastic.
He's doing his job.
I just don't, at some point, I guess asking him to do a little something extra, effed with the chemistry or whatever it was, if there was chemistry or whatever, but it's not anywhere near what the expectation was. And I know it's a long season, but it's the end of May. We're at the end of May here.
Well, they're digging themselves a major hole because, your division stinks, but you're putting yourself so far behind the Yankees. What are they, 6 or 7.5 games back from the Yankees? So you keep digging yourself a big hole. I know you got 2 series against them in June, and maybe you can kind of catch up some distance there. But when you look at this team, I don't think you can blame front office at all. You asked, Crochet looked good again yesterday afternoon, out there wheeling and dealing. It's just your bats have been struggling.
No, if you were going like Curtis is right, you may have to question Alex Cora and what he's bringing to the table. I don't think is there anybody who's blaming the front office for where they are?
I'm not saying they are, but I don't, you know how people tend to be like, oh, Breslow this, Sam Kennedy that. I think as far as the front office, they did their job. Now, I understand Bregman's, banged up a little bit, but you were able to go out there and get the pieces that you needed.
Has there been any loss this year that has elicited the response that Cora had when he missed a game because of a graduation? And to me, that just encapsulates everything. I don't want to relitigate it. All I'm saying is he was more bothered by people saying he should be at Fenway Park than he's been for any of these losses.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? I sit back and it's everybody worried about themselves. And now it's Cora versus Breslow. Believe me, Bradfo and others are getting each side. They're all trying to save their spot on the Titanic. It's such a team that is bereft of anybody you really want to support outside of the young guys. Crochet, that 85 pitch night makes even less sense in hindsight.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is just bizarre. It's like we're playing the long game and now we're, treading water against awful teams. They suck. That game yesterday, what's the point of making it 3-2 if you're just going to lose? Kick you in the nuts.
This is David in the car. Hello, David.
Good morning, everyone. As always, thank you. Great show. You know, I said it back then, and I'm going to keep on saying, signing Alex Cora was a mistake. They should have moved on. It was because what did you bring?
Literally, nobody said that.
What
David.
did you bring?
You call every day. You never said that once.
I guess I did. I was against when they signed Alex Cora back when he was debating when to sign in the middle of the season.
Yep.
I said they should have moved on from him. They should not have signed him. And I'm going to say it because he's not bringing nothing to the table. In the
middle of the season last year, David, they were way above what anybody predicted. In the middle of the year, they were still in the pennant race. I think they were 5 to 10 games over 500.
But I agree, Curtis. But what I'm trying to say is, how long have you been a manager? And every year is the same thing. It's like getting your hopes up, and then they shut you down. And you at some point, the fans are getting upset, and they're going to be like, if this happens again this year, fans are going to be pissed, and you know it, Curtis. You know it. You're a baseball guy.
I am.
You know it.
Yeah, I would say that
He's not just a baseball guy. He's a savant.
Well,
if I
very
remember
nice
correctly.
of you, Greg. I got that instead of a pay raise. The Red Sox this year is the first year, from my point of view, that you can really attack Cora, because before this, management in the front office and the ownership didn't support him in the ways he needed.
Well, I would say this: what other local team would the manager or head coach still be there if they had finished last place 3 of the last 4 years? None. And granted, it is the relationship that Cora has with Henry, and for whatever reason that is, you know, who the hell knows what pitches Cora has on Henry. But any other team locally, if the manager, and I don't care about the front office and maybe them not getting pieces, if the manager or the coach of their head coach of that team finished last place 3 of the past 4 years, they would not be him.
Not only that, but after 2 last place finishes, you get re-signed.
Right.
Like
right.
that's
Right.
the craziest thing to me, because we had a Bill Belichick 2 seasons,
Right.
3 seasons that were not good before
Right.
he got the boot, but they weren't re-signing him to a long
Nope.
extension before the end of
And
the season.
people want Missoula gone, and he got
Right.
you. He got you a chip, and granted, you lost in the second round of the playoffs. People look at Cassidy. Not Cassidy, Montgomery. He was shipped out of there, and what was that? 2 years after setting an NHL record.
But you still have players who speak so highly of Cora. Like during spring training
Well,
this
they
year,
might like him.
But you're coming off a really, really, really bad season, and all of them can only talk about how they wanted to play for Alex Cora, how it's different here, how they've never been on a team where the manager does so much for them off the field. Like,
But they've
He did have a lot of cookouts.
Yes.
During spring training.
Yeah, if Alex Cora was fired or not re-signed or extended last year, he would have been the highest paid manager in baseball, getting the first job he wanted to have.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, I
All
do.
right. Well, a lot to get into.
Yeah.
On a 2 for Tuesday, back to work after the long weekend, and at least the weather is here, Curtis. Right? Unofficially, we're in summer, and are we going to feel like 80 out there today? Is that correct?
Gorgeous, gorgeous day
Okay.
today. Enjoy it before more unsettled weather comes later in the week.
All right. And a short week for us when it comes to being in the studio, because we are back on the road on Thursday and headed to Newport for road show number 3. And again, we talked a lot about it on Friday, but I have got to thank every single one of you who came out Thursday night or came out on Friday at the Lobster Trap. The turnout was unbelievable for this road show, and we're off to a good start here. So
Yeah, that was a really good turnout.
Really good.
It was awesome, and everybody was in a great mood Friday, starting the weekend off, and Dave and his team at the Lobster Trap did a great job with everything on Friday morning, and it was I know I'm not supposed to say it, but it was chef's kiss. The whole thing was chef's kiss, Shine. Didn't you enjoy it?
I loved it. I was so glad to be there. Thank you for having me.
I
It was
noticed that you
fantastic.
obtained, I don't know if this is your lead or not, but obtained some sort of long-desired Pokemon card over the weekend. Is that what I noticed?
Well, yeah, I did, actually. I obtained my felt hat Pikachu this weekend, and it
of
was
course.
quite the moment.
And by the way, Greg, Ken, Captain, he's our Alex Cora, attacking Shime Saturday morning.
Oh, what was
about Pizzagate?
Oh, really?
Saying he had a whole pizza. I had a whole pizza. We all saw it.
My lead may involve Pizzagate.
Wow. Okay.
What?
Pizzagate is big.
What are we doing?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I was on that from jump.
Now,
I was
okay,
like,
so
something's
I
weird here.
embarrassed myself enough. We don't need to go fabricating stories
No,
about how much
I'm not
pizza was
fabricating
eaten.
anything. I saw you eat 4 slices total.
Thank you.
But you are a fraud.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Just like last time when Courtney
I'm a
and
fraud?
I'm gonna go on Courtney's
Yeah.
side because remember Shine was like, oh, I only ate sushi, but he was at there was pictures of him, or at least somebody Courtney knew
Oh, her
of him
cousin.
wolfing down boneless spare ribs like they were going out of
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I haven't had boneless spare ribs in quite some time.
They were at some type of sushi
In Lowell.
bar in Lowell, and
Yeah.
Shine was like, yeah, I only had a little bit of sushi. And Courtney was like, well, I had some people
My
down
cousin was there.
Yeah, said you were
Yeah.
throwing back egg rolls. Like
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I don't remember
Like they were
that.
Skittles.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about, was Crab Rangoon involved?
I
also?
believe it was.
Yeah, okay.
Chinese! Chinese, kid.
How was Nantucket, Greg? Was it Gorgina?
It was Gorgina over
All right.
there, and it was my daughter's. It is today officially my daughter's 28th birthday. I think I'm getting the days right.
Yes,
Do
I think today
okay.
is the correct day. Happy
birthday.
birthday, Julia. But it was nice how you kind of just spin zoned that. Like now it's officially the day.
Oh, I put up a picture on my Instagram to say happy birthday to Julia. I meant happy birthday weekend to Julia, but apparently everybody, as soon as I posted, everybody started reaching out and saying happy birthday, and then she had to respond to everybody and say
Right.
thank you. But
Swing and a
Tuesday
miss.
is the day. But I saw our guy Peyton Pritchard over there.
All right.
Pritch.
Pritch.
He and his very famous influencer wife Emma.
Yep.
Very nice, excellent crew that they had over there,
right.
and very friendly fellow. Pete Pritch seemed to be enjoying himself.
Yeah, he seems like
on-
a nice dude. I
on
never met him.
Nantucket,
Was
so-
that on purpose?